Did you see my Instagram story earlier?
Oh,
actually, you replied to it incredibly aggressively.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, what's that all about?
So I was trying to come up with a topic for this, and I was like, oh, what would I talk about? And the guys in work was like, oh, why don't you do it on crisps?
Mm.
And I was like, why the fuck would I do it on crisps? And he was like, oh, there's lots of stuff. I'd listen to an episode on crisps. And he was like, like Monster Munch, what's that all about? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well...
Does he understand the premise of this podcast? I'm not quite sure.
I don't think he listens. And he was like, oh, well, like, is it a foot or is it the monster?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, shut up. I was like, it's the foot. It's obviously
literally
the
a foot. Yeah.
Or the hand, whatever.
I get like it's like a little bit of fun to be like, oh, it looks like a monster because it's like that, isn't it? Or
yeah, we'll put a picture on.
But it's 100%. It's 100% a foot. Just grow up.
So I put it out on my Instagram story because I was like, let's settle this. And I guess people, I don't know, have no critical thinking on Instagram because everyone just assumed I was pro monster.
I thought you were pro monster.
Yeah, because you sent me abuse. Actually, you said, grow up, it's obviously a foot.
Yeah.
I was like, I know. Okay. I thought that as well. I got people constantly just like messaging me being like, Susan, why would it be a monster? Like, my Instagram story literally says, settle this. The first option is foot. Why would that be my... that was obviously me. And then the last one is monster. And as it stands, it's been up for 6 hours. 78% of people think it's a foot. So 22% of people think it...
Who are these people think it's a monster?
I got, just based on looks, it's like, I'm looking at it at least, oh my God, some of the people that think it's monster. This is crazy. That's a lot of people.
Oh, grow up.
Oh my God. I respected some of these people's opinions in the past, but...
That's a surefire way of
Noted.
finding people to unfollow, isn't it, to be honest?
Yeah.
Get rid of the whole list. That's unbelievable.
Some of these people are parents. Get it together.
Get it together. Sort yourselves out.
Oh, yeah, no.
Wow.
Well, you can marry your wife because she thinks it's a foot.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for that.
Yeah, honestly, it was a whole thing. And people were like, why do you care? And I was like, well, now I'm fuming. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it derailed my whole day.
Did it?
Maybe my morning.
Yeah. It's just crisp at the
Yeah,
end, isn't it?
over it. Do you like a Monster Munch?
Yeah, I do. I like the pickled onion ones.
Yeah, so Monster Munch.
No, they do other flavours. They do
Yeah,
like
but
a
no one
beef
ever
one.
gets them.
Yeah, they do.
No, there shouldn't be beef flavoured crisps.
Why?
Because why? Why?
Why?
Why? Why would like steak and beef crisps exist? I don't get it. I do like a buffalo hunky dory.
The fuck is that?
What?
What is that?
The hunky... Do you not have hunky dories here?
No. What?
Shut the fuck up. Who makes hunky dories?
What's a hunky dory?
Oh my God. God, this is the second time today that crisps are going to ruin my day. Hunky dories. Oh my God, I can't type. There's a hunky dorks.
Oh,
I don't like the website.
your private browsing on.
Oh my God. Who makes hunky dories? Oh, they're made by Tato.
Oh, for God's sake, of course they fucking are.
No. Oh my God, they're unbelievable.
You'll have to bring me a packet next time you go to Ireland. Was it you who brought me Tato? Was it my other Irish friends?
No, it was me.
Oh.
These hunky dory buffalo crisps, they're so good. They're so nice. I'm so sad you've never had one.
No, sorry.
You've never had a hunky dory.
I've never heard of them.
Does that mean I haven't eaten hunky dories in 4 years and I haven't noticed?
Yeah, unless you've had them when you've been home.
Oh, I must have done. Do you know what? There's this really good crisps. So good. Tato make them and they're like Thai spicy rings. Oh my God, they're unbelievable. So like the onion ring crisps you can get, but the spice on them is so good.
You should have done an episode on crisps.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry, didn't realize I had so much
You
ammo.
love this shit.
The tank is full, girls.
You've spoken more about crisps in this last couple of minutes than you actually spoke about the Taylor Swift things in last week's episode.
What is her special interest? We're not sure anymore. We're losing her. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to bring you like a collection of crisps home.
Yes, please.
When I go home in a couple of weeks.
Yes, please.
And what am I coming home? I'm coming home the day before your wedding.
And last week you were saying that you weren't going to bring me a wedding gift.
I'll just bring you like
Bring
a
me the
selection of
crisps.
crisps.
Lovely stuff.
Everyone
I'm
will
sure Sabrina will be really happy to receive that as a wedding gift.
You won't let her eat
pair of
any.
us.
Yeah, people are going to be like, oh, I got you a kettle and a toaster and money. And I'll be like, so here's the hunky dories. There's the buffalo ones. There's also like what other flavors do? I think they do a little salt and vinegar number.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, they're like little crinkle crisps.
Great.
But the buffalo, that's
what we're talking about.
That is peak. And I'll bring you the Thai rings as well, because the last time someone from home came, they just had a packet in their bag, and me and Sarah were like, "Oh, I haven't had one of them in years," and we devoured them. Well, she wasn't in the room. It was so good. Oh my god, I just was taken back in time. It's the best crisps ever. Tato just really knows what they're doing, as in Free Stato, not
Free Stato.
Northern. I know, I saw that on TikTok. I can't take credit for that, but Northern Tato, I just don't believe is that good.
Okay. What are the ones that you can get in like Morrison's here? Are they the northern ones?
Yeah, they're northern Tato. You want the Free Stato. That's the good shit.
Okay.
Because I wonder, does Northern Ireland have all the other Tato products then?
Don't know.
Do you know Tato used to own a theme park? Up until like last year. I only actually discovered recently that they didn't own it anymore. So now we no longer have Tato Park, which is quite sad because...
So what is Tato
Park? All we
then?
had. Well, it was... I think it's called like Emerald something.
Oh, so it's still a theme park. It's just not...
Still a theme park, but Tato don't own it anymore. So Mr. Tato doesn't rock around.
That's devastating.
It's just like, was that not the whole point?
That costume's got to be somewhere though, isn't it?
Yeah. He's cooking about somewhere.
Where's that costume?
I don't trust him. No, I do. Actually, I remember as a kid, we had a presidential election, and just people kept just sticking up posters like Mr. Tato for president. It was actually top-notch comedy, and I thought it was very funny. Was he on the ballot? I actually can't remember.
Would have been good if he was.
It would have been good. I probably would have voted for him, except I was a child.
Right.
And
I guess that's sort of the Count Bin face of...
Yeah, because like, how is he an essence of a crisp gonna... I mean, run the country. The president doesn't really run the country, but show up the rugby matches. Nah, he does bits. He does science shit and all.
Yeah, all of that.
All that good stuff Michael D does.
Good man. Never heard of him. Should we start the episode?
Yeah. Did you say you never heard of Michael D. Higgins?
No.
Our president. The little man.
Is he the T-Sock?
No.
Oh.
And that's not how you pronounce it.
How do you pronounce it?
T-Shock.
That's what I fucking said.
You said T-Sock.
Fuck's sake. Just roll the titles.
Welcome back to the Big Fact Podcast. Podcast all about facts of life. Sounds like the birds and the bees, doesn't it?
I love it when you do this. We'll be like chatting
Waxing
so
lyrical.
normally, so like naturally, and then you'll go, right, I'm starting. And welcome back to the Big Fact Podcast. It's all about life and facts, and you just go on and on and on, and then like your sentence never ends.
If
we
I
still
do
don't
it
know
like
what the podcast
a
is about.
casual way, you give me grief being like, oh, I'm going to write it again. And then if I try to jazz it up a bit.
That was jazzing it up.
All right.
Do it again. Do it again. I'm not. I won't interrupt. Just do it again.
Which way do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it casual or do you want me to jazz it up? What do you want?
I want to do it in a way that's going to actually make people want to stay and listen.
Welcome back to the Big Fact Podcast. This is a podcast all about facts. And each week, one of us brings 3 facts to the table on any topic that we want. And one of them isn't true. So it's crazy. It's so much fun. And we're really good friends. We're quite close. And neither one of us wants to kill the other one. So it works really well. I'm Susan Owens. And this is Tom Williams.
That was great.
And this is the last ever episode of the Big Fact Podcast. Yeah.
That was good. That was a lot better.
Oh God, I hate the way I feel like I'm at like training day. Do you know what I mean?
Well, look, someone's got to give you a bit of mentorship, haven't they? Really. It's 4-3 at the moment. The score.
All right. Yes, it is. I am smashing it.
So I got some work to do. I've got 3 episodes to do it in, basically.
Yeah. No, we're nearing.
So really, I need to win all of them. Otherwise, it's if I win this one and then the next 2, I'm good. We're
at this point in the series again where we kind of look at each other and we go, "What do we do if we draw?"
Yeah, because I have no idea. It's a very real possibility.
I have like an idea in my head of something we could do, but I need to like formulate it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, fine.
Because right now, I really don't know what we would do if we drew. Something big though. I think we would just do an 11th episode, but it would be like big shit. I think it would have to be
big shit.
The ultimate tiebreaker.
Yeah.
The big fact. I don't know. Just no idea. But it won't happen because I think I'm going to smash it.
All right, if you say so. I've brought some good facts this week, though.
What's your topic?
Very good facts. So, and actually it ties into the whole Tato, whatever, Irish.
Wow, can't believe we managed to
thing.
Bring that round full circle.
Yeah, we did really well. So this, I thought I'd give you a little bit more of an... You've lived here a long time now.
4 years, yeah.
4 years. I thought I'd give you a bit of an education into British history, British facts. These may or may not be things that you have to answer when you do your citizenship test.
I don't have
which
to
I'm
do a
sure you're going to have to do when eventually we decide to bring them in for the Irish. And no, they're not actually. They're all just ridiculous facts, basically.
Can we go back to when you said this was related somehow to the Tato?
Just in the British-Irish differences, British culture, Irish culture, that sort of thing. So the facts are all about Britain and history and all that sort of stuff, basically.
Okay, I hate that.
Why?
I don't like. First of all,
it's not all about like fucking rule Britannia. Let's all ring the Queen.
Okay.
It's like
good, but it's like
interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's an instant barrier of probably stuff I wouldn't have. Is it like history? Like I wouldn't have studied.
But it's also stuff I wouldn't have studied, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
All right.
So actually, only one of them is history based. The other two are like just stuff.
Just stuff, guys. Facts. So the topic today is just stuff.
About Britain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you think I'll be okay at them? Do you think I'll be good at it?
Yeah, because I don't think there's nothing that you will particularly like know, if you know what I mean. It's nothing that I think Susan will definitely know about that.
So I'm fucked either way, basically.
No, I think it actually works in your favour because I think it then means all you're really trying to work out is which is just more more not believable. I don't think you will have heard of like any of this.
Sweet.
Even the two true ones, really.
All right, hit me with the first one then. Let's get it going.
So, as you know, Britain loves a war.
Oh, yous love it.
Love a war.
Yous just won't mind your own business.
I don't love a war, but Britain as a country, as a whole, as an entity, loves a war.
As someone who grew up in a war-neutral country, I do find it really interesting, this whole topic of like national service.
Weird, right?
Yeah, because obviously it's an election period, so everyone's harping on about it. I can't think of a world where I would go, like by choice, I'm going to hop over there and fight in that.
Yeah. No, it's not for me.
And I've had conversations with people where they're like, oh, well, if people care about war so much, like, but they wouldn't go over and fight in it. It's like, no, I know. I wouldn't go over and fight in it. That's why I don't think the war should be happening. I don't agree with war. I don't think forcing someone to serve their country makes any sense because it's not really serving your country.
And I find it really interesting when, and this isn't necessarily always about war, but say like the Americans, for example, they fucking love their country. They love America.
Yeah, they
best
love it.
place in the world, the most amazing, incredible place. Here, I'm like, you ever been to Coventry? Like, I'm not fighting for that.
Do I need to preserve?
Let it go.
Do I need to preserve that?
Right. Like, I don't think that we, as a whole, have enough pride in our country to do that. You know.
No, I also think like just in this day and age, a government will struggle to force anyone to do anything. I think probably a lot since the pandemic and stuff as well. And then like, especially in this country, right? So if you take into consideration how much people went with the COVID rules and they followed the science and all this kind of stuff, to then find out that the government was not following the rules themselves. If the government then went, oh, let's do national service. Yeah. Are you going to be like, oh, because I haven't helped you enough. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't let your kids do it.
Exactly.
I mean, when I was reading about national service, they said that like the royal family kids wouldn't be exempt from it.
Yeah.
Which like I get that they all join the army anyway, but like just booting out anyone. Yeah. National service, like, get fucked.
I just don't think it would ever happen.
Sorry,
I didn't become some sort of like current affairs podcast.
I don't know.
Anyway,
election periods are a very interesting time.
They really are. I haven't even got into my fact yet. So, Britain is the proud holder of the record for the shortest war in history.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the fact. Here's the background. The Anglo-Zanzibar War, it was called. Okay. It's fought between the UK and the Sultanate of Zanzibar. Do you know where Zanzibar is?
Not geographically. I've heard of it.
So it's like coast of Tanzania, Indian Ocean.
All right.
Down that way. Beautiful beaches down there, actually. Lovely stuff.
Oh, stunning.
So it was on August 27th, 1896, and it lasted, they don't know exactly, but somewhere between 38 and 45 minutes.
Minutes?
Yeah.
So what, they sent out the messenger pigeon to say, I think we're going to have a war here, you know? Mm-hmm. And then what, the white flag went out instantly? Yeah,
basically. So it happened when the Sultan of Zanzibar, his name was Khalid bin Bargash, so he took control after the death of the previous sultan.
Yeah.
Now the previous sultan was like pro-British, like pro-British Empire, that sort of stuff.
Can't relate.
This new guy wasn't, so bit more your sort of flavour. Now the British obviously
My type.
the British, yeah, he's your type on paper. You'd love him. The British favoured another candidate to be the sultan, probably because he'd be a bit more like,
Yeah.
pro them. So they issued an ultimatum for the new sultan. Said, look, step down, or we're gonna fight you guys.
And they said,
He
"Do
didn't.
it."
So the British ships started like firing their cannons and stuff like that. But obviously Zanzibar's not going to have a massive military, is it? So literally within like 45 minutes, they overwhelmed their defences, and then the war was over. That was it. That's that.
God, that's so Brit.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
That is so Brit all over. Like the Sultan was like, "Do it then."
Yeah.
And they're like,
we did
"Yeah,
it.
we will." Yeah, no, like actually,
We were like, yeah, okay.
we will do it.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Don't ask us.
Yeah. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, honest to God. I think like not that I want you guys to do that, but I think you guys are missing a bit of that buzz. You don't have that confidence anymore.
Just don't say you guys as if like I'm part of this like war hungry like cabinet. Like, God, I fucking love a war.
I fucking love it. It's like, do it. Okay.
Just do it.
I
Fine,
will.
then. Yeah, so how do you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, back in those days, yeah. Potentially. I mean, it's just, I guess I don't know what the definition of the beginning of a war is off the top of my head. Is it when, like when he said, let's do it? Or did they have to like alert everyone?
I guess back.
Do you have to let like in those times, do you have to let the country back home know? Just so you guys know, we entered into a war right now. Because how long does that message take back?
Yeah, I suppose they would have been told, but it would have been sent via.
It would have
I
been
don't know, like a.
We're at war. Oh, never mind. All good.
Yeah, don't worry.
Ignore.
It's okay.
Message has been unsent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
5
yeah.
minutes. Could have happened.
What about back then? Who knows?
Who knows?
What did you say? 1896.
1896.
100 years before I was born.
Wow. Cool. That's that, isn't it?
Some people like those little tidbits. It's actually just like called conversation.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Susan.
Like a two-way conversation.
No, that is, yeah.
When someone says something and someone else responds to it.
What should I say to that then?
Say, oh, isn't that interesting?
Oh my God, really? Like that.
100 years. I wonder what was happening 100 years before you were born. A war for 45
quick
minutes.
War. Little quick in and out.
Mm-hmm.
In and out jobby.
Don't worry. You'll learn how to speak to other people eventually.
The fuck? Because I didn't react with awe and amazement when you said, 1896 was 100 years before 1996. Sorry, I do apologise. Next time I'll try and look a bit more enthused.
Yeah, honest to God. This is why you don't really have that many friends.
Yeah, fair play. Right, fact number 2. Ready?
Yeah.
It is a legal requirement for all London taxis to carry a bale of hay and a bag of oats in their vehicle at all times.
No, it's not.
It is.
No,
That's
it's
the
not.
fact.
Well, they don't.
That's the fact.
Well, they don't.
Well, that's what it says here.
Is this one of them dumb laws they never got rid of?
Exactly. So it dates back to the days when horse-drawn carriages were obviously the common mode of transportation. The idea was that if a horse needed a bit of food, a bit of a snack,
Dinner.
then the taxi driver would be ready to feed them, basically.
So it's a spare tire.
It's a spare tire. It's a jerry can of fuel. But obviously, it's no longer practiced and enforced for obvious reasons. But the law still exists, basically.
Okay, yeah, I believe that actually. Yeah, that kept
Quite
going.
a fun little we've got a lot of those silly laws that obviously don't mean anything but are still in place.
Some of the ones in America are bananas.
Yeah,
literally nuts. It's like, I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but they're like crazy shit. Like you can only have 6 wives. I don't even want one. It's like all this mad shit. Like I think it's like you can't. There's a state I'm pretty sure you can't legally like have a sex toy. Still, because I don't know why. It's probably like it's in the South. Let's be real. Yeah. But they just don't think to get rid of them. So it does make sense that every taxi has to have a hay bale. What's the word? Do you have the exact wording of the law?
No, I do not.
So you've said taxi, but when you read it, it was like, would they have referred to a taxi, like a horse and cart, as a taxi back then?
Well, yeah, it probably still would have been a taxi or a cab. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're not like catch me on logistics.
No.
Okay, then I believe that one actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm on board.
I think there's another one in the UK, something like you can't cycle a penny farthing faster than like 10 miles an hour or something like that. Like there's a specific limit.
As
for a
they
penny
should,
farthing.
honestly. Those things
That's
absolutely.
Jeremy Vine whizzing around the city on them.
Oh, honest to God.
What's going on?
Do you know, not to sound like a Tory, I think I nearly get hit by a cyclist like 3 times a week. Genuinely, what are the rules of the road in this country? Because I don't know. Do they have the right of way? Because it is a green man for walking, and these lads are...
they just go.
They're just going.
Although I nearly hit a cyclist the other day.
With a car?
Yeah, I know it was my fault.
Oh, fucking
I was in a lane.
Why are you admitting to that?
Queuing at a... I apologised to the guy. The Universal...
Sorry about that.
He wasn't happy.
Well, yeah, you nearly killed him.
Well, because I was in a lane waiting for the traffic lights, and I thought, I'll go in that lane because it's clear. Check the little mirror. Out I go. Didn't realise he was right there. So he had to like swerve away, go up the curb.
God, that is very
He
dangerous.
wasn't happy.
No. Well, you know what?
He was a Just Eat man, so someone would have got cold dinner as well.
God, dinner on the floor.
Yeah.
Disaster.
Bad. So I would have pissed off 2 people that day.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't understand, because I then stare these people out and I'm like, I give them the little,
Oh, I do that. Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
They don't care. Couldn't give a fuck. And I just don't understand the rules. And then they get more leniency constantly, and I'm like, but they're not following the rules of the road in the first place. Like, does a bike follow the rules of the road if it's on the road? Or does it belong on the footpath? What's the rules of cycle? I don't know.
Oh, no, not the footpath. No.
They should never be on the footpath. Have I nearly been hit on the footpath? Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah. Those electric ones as well. Maybe I'm not aware of my surroundings.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
Where I grew up, the green man means go.
Definitely.
Yeah.
God, you do sound like a Tory, don't you?
I know, and it's the one thing that makes me sound like a Tory.
I feel like I've stepped into the GB News studio.
It is bad, but it's just like, I don't care about cyclists until they try to kill me. And then I'm like...
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
I'd love to help you, but I don't know how. I just don't know what you want from me, and I don't know if it's me or you, but I think it's you. And it just really winds me up.
Yeah, God, okay. Are you all right? Do you need to take a moment, or should we move on to the...
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I vote Labour, I swear.
So here's fact number 3. I don't know if you will have seen this. Back when you did the episode on like weird British sports.
Oh, God, that was like...
Last series.
It was like 6 months ago.
Yeah,
My short-term memory is not what it
okay,
used to be.
I wonder if you might have seen this. Anyway, so every summer solstice... So what date does that fall on? I have no idea.
The 21st of June. 21st or 22nd June.
Oh, is it? How do you know that?
Because
you do your astrology and all that nonsense.
Oh, no, because the 21st of December is the shortest day of the year, so it's like shortest, longest day of the year. I think that's how it is.
I think you're right.
Also, we have an ancient tomb that... we have this sick ancient tomb that on the solstices... Is it the winter or the summer? Maybe both, I'm not sure. The sun comes straight through it like just the right way. It's like sick. It's called Newgrange. It's unreal. I went there once on a school trip and I was like, this is so lame, because I was a teenager. And then like 2 years later, I was like, that was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my whole life, was
really?
Newgrange. Yeah, it's absolutely slaps.
You ever been to Stonehenge?
No.
That's cool, actually.
Is it?
Because that's similar. I think on like the solstice, the sun.
Yeah,
like,
I kind of think our one's better. But like...
Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yours are just a bunch of rocks stacked on each other. But ours is like a tomb, and there's like fucking shit.
But no one knows what ours is. No one knows what it is. So no one knows how they
didn't aliens drop yours or something?
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, see, Irish people just had like brains and we just build stuff. And we were like proud of that.
First time that's ever been said. Fact number 3. Fact number 3. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So every summer solstice, residents of Grassington, which is a small village in Yorkshire.
Not a real place.
Small village in Yorkshire. They gather to hold a competitive event known as the Cabbage Roll. Okay, so they engage in various challenges involving rolling cabbages down a steep hillside. It's a bit like the cheese roll thing, okay, but with a cabbage. And they win prizes awarded for fastest, straightest, most creatively rolled cabbage, etc., etc. They reckon it dates back to like medieval times when villagers would roll cabbages down hills as a form of amusement during summer festivities.
Didn't this just happen?
The cabbage roll?
I think the cabbage roll just happened. Someone was doing something weird. I got an email about it. Was it the cabbage roll?
The solstice is coming up.
Has the summer solstice?
Maybe you got a press email. Maybe you've been invited to watch.
I think we might have had. I think we might have had a reporter at the cabbage roll.
Love that.
If there's no such thing as a cabbage roll, I'm
really
gonna look
really doing the big
really doing bits.
the big numbers, aren't they?
Was it a cabbage? It might have been something else. The cabbage roll. I think we were at the cabbage roll. This is such an unexpected turn. I think the cabbage roll thing happened last week.
Okay. Would that have been on the solstice?
Maybe the solstice has already happened. No, we haven't had the longest day of the year yet. Is that not what the solstice is? Solstice is. What? I really hope that that's true. Because I'm going to have to look up. I was about to literally, while you were talking, I was like, no, this just happened. I was about to check my emails, but that is violently cheating.
Yeah.
I think the cabbage roll happened.
Okay.
I think that's a thing. Which means, what was your second fact?
The second fact was the legal requirement for all London taxis to have
Fucking hell, that makes the war fake, but the war sounds really real. Oh God, this is actually very hard.
These are good, aren't they?
These are good because the war does sound like just oddly believable.
Yeah.
But you could have changed the time limit. That could have been like, oh, the war was 24 hours and you went 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The lazy way.
Well, but the fact is that it's the shortest war in history.
So, okay.
So it's not like,
we clarify
it's
that,
still
right?
the shortest war, but it's not the right time. No, it's like, that's the fact.
The fact is that Britain was a part of the shortest war in history.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the fact,
Yeah,
not
regardless
the time.
of how long it was, whatever.
Cool. And then there's the taxi cab thing. God, I really want that one to be true. It's quite fun. Okay, and then the cabbage roll totally happened. What else could that be? A melon? No, I don't think it was a melon. I think it was a cabbage. Lettuce. It might have been a lettuce roll.
I can't wait for all of these little snippets to be of you just slowly losing your mind over a cabbage.
All of our TikTok clips are me slowly losing my... Oh no, I think it was a... What if it was a lettuce? Oh, fuck, it could have been a lettuce roll. Me trying to order a BLT. Was it a lettuce or a cabbage? Was it a lettuce or a cabbage? Oh my God, that's so annoying. Was it a lettuce or was it a cabbage? You wouldn't think to change the vegetable.
No, that'd be a bit shitty, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think. If I were to change the vegetable, I think that'd be shitty.
I mean, when I did see you today, you were finishing your facts off. So I'm not confident on the level of research you've done this week.
I've done loads. More than you did for fucking Taylor Swift, William Shakespeare.
Yeah, because that was vibes.
Okay, that's just vibes. Brilliant. Can't grow an audience from vibes, can you, Susan?
I can.
Okay.
I think that's what draws people to me. Okay, was it a fucking lettuce or was it a cabbage? Do taxi drivers need hay? And the shortest war in history. God, you guys fucking love a war.
We do love a war.
God, this is tough. My gut instinct is the taxi thing is true.
Okay.
But it's obviously the most bizarre one. The others aren't that weird.
Sure.
That is the weirdest one. But the weirdest one is usually included because it's true.
That's a good point.
I'm going to say the first one is a lie.
The shortest war in history.
Yeah. If it's a fucking lettuce, I swear, I'm coming for Liz Truss then.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Fact number one, shortest war in history. You're saying that's a lie?
I think you were trying to pick on my anger for Brits in the war. So you threw that in there.
Okay, got you.
Whereas, I love a vegetable roll down a hill.
Yeah, you do. If there's one thing you need to know about Susan, she loves a vegetable roll down a hill.
I love a vegetable roll down a hill.
Yeah. Okay, so that fact, the shortest war in history, the Anglo-Zanzibar War in 1896, 100 years before Susan was born.
Yeah, which is not arguably the more interesting part.
Yeah, that is true.
Fuck. Is it the taxi drivers?
Is also true.
Is it a fucking lettuce? Is it a lettuce?
I don't know. I don't know.
If I look up my emails and there is a cabbage roll, then this is not a victory.
All I made up, I made all of it up. Obviously, ChatGPT helped.
You didn't.
I put in the name of the village because that is a real village.
Yep.
but obviously nothing happens in that village. The cabbage roll, lettuce roll, whatever it is, doesn't happen in that village. It obviously doesn't happen on the summer solstice if you've had an email about a lettuce or a melon or whatever roll it is. So no, it just doesn't happen. It's totally made up. There's obviously the cheese roll in Somerset, which is very famous.
Yeah, no. That's fine. What was it? Is it lettuce? I can't find it. Did I make this? There's no way I made this up. I remember reading the email and I went, who the fuck cares? What was it? Vegetable.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. How did I get...
Have you made it up?
I can't find it. No, I swear. Something was rolling down a hill. God, we'll never know, guys.
I do feel like I'm witnessing a breakdown.
Is this me hitting peak burnout?
Definitely.
We'll never know. Well, the amount of things I get that are just the word roll in it is crazy, actually.
So anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. Don't worry.
For all. It really is all to play
Fucking
for.
hell,
2
it really
episodes
is all
to
to
go.
play for. Okay. Carl, I'm really nervous that we are going to...
Yeah, me too.
We're going to draw.
God.
That
I
is
don't
so
know what
annoying.
we'll do.
I can't
We'll
fucking
have to talk
I
about
can't
that.
find the cabbage. Okay. Can someone I work with let me know?
Was it a lettuce or was it a cabbage?
Did this happen? Or did I make this up?
I mean, the best thing about it was that you fully talked yourself into believing that because you've either read
was
something
like,
or
no,
you
that
thought you've
happened.
read something.
I do think like a cabbage roll event probably exists.
Could happen. Should
That
happen.
exists.
Well,
Something's been rolling.
sure. I'm sure it has.
Oh.
God.
Yeah. Right, fuck it.
Yeah, well, anyway,
Yeah.
this episode's been way too long already, and it's
Yeah,
mainly
fuck the Brits.
been because you've been scrolling through your inbox for the last 5-10 minutes. It's 4 all now. You've got to come
Yeah.
back with some pretty hefty facts.
My topic for next week, I'm not going to tell you what it is right this second, but it is stunning.
Okay.
It's very fun. I don't think it's going to be very hard, but I think it's going to be very enjoyable.
Okay.
So you'll have to tune in next week on the Big Fact Podcast to hear all about it. And until then, you can find us on everywhere you get your podcasts, and you can watch us on YouTube, because why wouldn't you want to watch us and see our beautiful faces? But if you don't want to watch a whole last episode, you can find it on social media at the Big Fact Pod. Question mark? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Big
that's
Fact.
it. Big
Oh
Fat
no,
Pod.
it's just Big Fact Pod.
Big Fat Podcast? I don't know. Big Fat Pod?
No,
Big
it's
Fat
pod
It's
for
Big Fat
sure.
Pod. Big Fat Pod. And also, by the way, obviously 2 episodes left of this series, but if you have any theme suggestions, any facts you want to send in, real or fake, bigfatpodcast@gmail.com is the email address.
I
Or you
usually
can
really
just-
need the help.
Yeah, Susan does big time. Well, she ends up...
I can never come up with a topic.
Yeah, she ends up talking about Taylor Swift and William Shakespeare and then not bringing any info to back any of it up. But we do love hearing from you anyway, so do get in touch.
Yeah. Yes, and we will be back again next week. I've been Susan Owens.
I've been Toilets.
It's the Big Fact Podcast.